Stampin' friends, and welcome. This is Dee Osburn, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we're going to be making this beautiful Tulips card, and we will be using the Tulips Dies that goes with the Flowering Tulips stamp set. Now, I didn't use the sentiments or the stamps in this set, but the bundle does include the stamp set. Or you can just, if you don't want the stamp set, you can get just the dies. So let me show you the dies. But before we get started, let me just get a few things out of the way. If you enjoy this video as you go along, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you are liking this video, and leave me a comment. I absolutely love comments and will respond to everyone who comments to me. Listed in the description below will be links to where you can get any of these products that you need, as well as the measurements for everything. So let's get started. Let me show you the dies. So the dies seem a little complicated, but they're really not. They're not. There's just a lot of pieces, parts, but they're not hard to put together. So this is part of the die set. This is the part that I didn't use. So you get all of these, and I love this piece. I can't wait to play with that one. So this is what I didn't use in the die set. And let me show you what I did use. So what I did use was all of these. And actually these two pieces, these three pieces, aren't part of the tulip set. But I did use these dies to make this card. But these pieces are part of the die set. So let's take a look at those. You get, in order to make this card, you have these three pieces right here that are the main part of the die. And you can't really tell until you cut them out which way is right side up and which way it isn't. This one's pretty easy to tell. So actually, I guess this would be right side up, and I think that's right side up. So you need these three. You'll cut those three out. Okay, and then you're going to need this piece, and you'll need to cut two of this piece. Typically, I actually, for this card, instead of putting this inside piece, which is this piece right here, inside of this one, I put a piece on the outside. So, but you could, actually I did put that piece in there. Okay, so you do need two for those. Okay, I just added an extra piece there. So you need to cut out two of those. And then they give you three of these, which is kind of nice. So you only have to cut that out once. But you need all three of them. And I did cut an extra one because I put this piece in the front. Okay, so you're going to need all those, and I'm going to show you what they look like when they're cut out. So don't worry, we're going to get to that. Here's the leaves. And here's the stem, and you need 3 stems. Okay, and then in addition to the Tulip Dies set, I used these two pieces, which came from the Ornate Layers die set. And this is just a stitched rectangle. Okay, so these are all the dies that I used. I'm going to leave these out because we're going to look at those. And for paper, you'll need a piece of polished pink cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And you'll need a bunch of basic white pieces, and I'll tell you that as we go along, because there's going to be a special technique that we're going to use to cut out those Ornate Layers dies. Okay, so let's see what we did here. So I cut out. So that's, I'll show you. This is the paper that I used. This was the New Horizons paper, and I just cut there's a green piece to it, and I just cut it off because I didn't want any green to accidentally get on my tulips. So I just cut that part off, and then I was able to easily cut my dies out. So what I did was, see, one side is pink and one side is yellow, so you can have whatever color tulip you want. And when you cut these out, let's see, this one is this die, okay? So you cut that out, and then on these dies, they're scored just a little bit where the folds go. And so it's so easy, you just fold it. You have to be careful when you fold it, or when you glue it, and when you fold it, to make sure that you fold it so that the bottom edge is completely covered. See, then you have a little tulip. All right, so that's part of one that we're going to do. So that is this one. Let's see, that's this one right here. Okay, and so then I took a piece like this. Let me get that. Okay. And if you want to have a different colored inside, you can put it that way. Okay, or if you want it to be the same color, you can put it that way. All right. Or if you, and then you're going to need another piece, but let me just say that if you want like a yellow inside, then just turn this paper over and make sure you cut a yellow piece out. Okay, so you're going to have that. You'll put this on the inside and you'll glue it, and I'll show you that. Okay, and then I took one of these, and actually I took, let's see, did I do? Yes, I only did one of these for this one, and I took it and I put one on the front to give it kind of a 3D effect, like that, right? I don't know if you can see that good. Let's see if I can focus that for you up close. No, it's not focusing. Let's see. See if I can do it manually. I don't know if I can. Ah, there we go. Okay. So that's what that looks like, all right, when it's all put together. And we'll glue that together in just a minute, okay? So let's go back. I'm going to have to manually focus this back. There we go. All right. So then this one is the bud one. It's this one, okay? So that looks like this, okay, when it comes out. And if you want it to be yellow, use that side. If you want it to be pink, use that side. You know me, I love pink, so I used the pink side. So a lot of pink going on in this card, right? And I'll tell you what glitter paper I used as well. Now you have to be careful when you fold it, because you see how, let me bring this back up and focus back in so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so when you fold this, you have to be careful, because if you don't fold it quite right, there's that big piece right there. So you just have to make sure that when you fold it, that you line that up well. Okay. I wonder if you can hear my Roomba running in the background. And the same with this one. You don't want it to come in, so you just turn, just push it and then fold it. And it is going to have this little piece right there, but that's okay. And when you glue it, you can move it over, slide it and then glue it down and it'll stay. So then you take your middle piece, your inside piece, and you'll slide that down inside. Okay, and we'll open it up, and when we glue it, we'll open it up and make sure that we have it in the right place. Okay, so now let's look at the last one. I'm not going to refocus because I'm just going to bring it up here to you. So there's this piece, and that is this piece. And like I said, you can either do a yellow. You can use any color you want. This New Horizons paper has all kinds of colors on it. There's some nice rich raspberry, kind of blackberry bliss one. Also that marvelous, simply marvelous paper. That makes gorgeous ones, and then there's all kinds of colors in there. So same thing, you're going to fold it, okay, and try and make sure that, you know, you get, you fold it so that the inside is covered, okay. So this is probably the easiest of the three to do. So you can fold it like that, and then you're going to get another one like this, and we'll put that on the inside. Okay, and you can either do it pink, okay, which I kind of like, or if you flip it over, it's got a little bit of orange in it. Let's look at that. Oh, that's kind of pretty too. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to use that side. Okay, so you'll put that in there, and then you'll get another one of these. I cut a whole bunch of extras, and then you can decide which one you want. And when you cut these out, let's look at this. The wavy edge is the top, okay, and the straight simple edge is the bottom. So see, I could put that in there. I could have kind of an orangey look, or I think I'm going to go with pink because I'm really loving pink. So, and there's that one, and it's got just a little bit of something, something, right? All right, so let's focus back out. Let's see. It's not quite in focus there. I think that looks pretty good. All right. My eyes sometimes aren't that great, so I hope that's in a good focus for you. Okay. So now we can talk about, I'm going to put all this to the side. We'll glue that together in just a minute. Now we're going to talk about how we cut out these ornate layer pieces, because there's a technique that makes it super easy, and you may know about this technique, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you all about it right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to take, and I didn't pull these apart so that you could see what I did. So you'll get your piece, you know, your polished pink base, and then you're going to get a piece, just a piece of basic white, big enough for the die. And you're going to put a scrap piece of white on the bottom, and then you're going to put a dryer sheet down next. Then you'll put your paper that you're going to cut next, and then you'll put your die on top like that, and then you'll run it through. So after you run it through, I've already run this one through, it'll come out like this. And this makes it super easy to pull apart. So you just pull this top layer off, and you can throw that away. And you're left with the piece that you cut out stuck to your dryer sheet. And what that does is it hopefully will pull off, and you have to make sure that you get leave the dryer sheet behind. There we go. So when you pull it off, all the little white pieces, or most of them anyway, the little dots that are filled in, this little delicate looking stuff, stays behind on the dryer sheet. And then you're not spending an exorbitant amount of time poking out all those tiny little dot, you know, pieces. You will have to maybe poke out a couple. So let's get our, you can either use your, you know, pick tool, or you can just use your scissors if you don't have one. Sometimes my scissors are always just super handy. They're just lying right there. So that's what I use. I do have the pick tool, but like I said, my scissors are usually super handy, so I just grab those. These scissors have a super, super pointy, sharp point, so be careful. That's why they come with that protector piece on top of them. But there you go. See, that didn't take me hardly any time to poke the rest of those out. So easy, easy. And so then we're going to do the same thing with our glitter piece. Okay, so let's get that. So again, you put down The reason that I put a piece of scrap white on my plate instead of just putting the dryer sheet and then my paper that I'm going to cut is because the dryer sheet makes your plate kind of gummy and dirty. And so if you just put a thin, you can just use a scrap paper. You could, I don't think I'd use printer paper. It's a little too thin. It would probably cut through that. Just some, you know, construction paper or just a cheap piece of white that you have, or a little scrap that you've saved. So you can put that behind there. And then you put your dryer sheet and the paper that you're going to cut. And then you put your die. You run it through and you get this. You just peel that piece off and the piece that you want is stuck to your dryer sheet. So you just carefully making sure that the dryer sheet stays behind, and you'll know because all of that will pull out, see? And just be really careful because this is delicate along the edge of this one. So you want to make sure that you don't tear it. See, like that piece is stuck down. So let's make sure we get that one to come with us. And you're just going to gently pull it up all along the edge, leaving those pieces behind, and then you don't have to poke them out, right? Because that takes a long time, and I hate doing that. So, and then you can just throw this piece away, and you might have a piece or two that you have to poke out, okay? And for this one, once you've gone through this side and you've poked out the ones that didn't come out, you might turn it over and look on the other side because it might be easier to see. See, like I missed that one, okay? It's easier to see the ones that are still in there. And just go around and make sure that you have out all the little pieces so that this layer looks just so lacy and pretty, right? All right, so now we're going to start assembling this. So I was going to tell you that I was going to tell you what this paper is. This, let me get it. This is the Supple Shimmer paper. And there's 2 sheets in here. There's this one that's that kind of pool party color, and then the other one that is the pink one, right? So this one, okay? So it's got the 2 sheets in there, and so you just cut out this pink one. So now we're gonna start putting it together. I'm gonna get pull back in my polished pink, and I'm going to glue this piece down. So let's do that. And don't worry, when you turn it over, you're like, oh my gosh, all that, it's just so fuzzy and weird on the back and sticky and gummy. That's okay, it doesn't matter because you're gonna glue it down. Doesn't matter what the back of that looks like. Okay, because the front is perfect. So we're going to glue that down. Okay. Glue that down. And then we're going to glue this piece to it. And again, the back is going to be kind of gummy and fuzzy and weird, but it's okay. We don't care about that. Now, I did not put glue on that part because I kind of liked the, lacy kind of free form look. Okay. And if it's poking up too much, just bend it down a little bit. Glue it on there. Make sure you have it centered well. Nice and straight. And as perfect as you can get it. But, it is a handmade card, so it's okay. So, see, I like how it's not glued down. But if you don't like that look, just put a little bit of glue, in there as you go along and glue that down. And then you won't have that look. Okay? All right. So now we have this. Then I took my stitched rectangle And I just cut out a piece of basic white. I just cut a little piece of basic white, and we're going to glue it on this. And you don't need the dryer sheet, obviously, with this piece because, you know, it just pops right out. I put more glue than I normally do on the back of this because this is glitter paper, and in order for it to stick, you need a little extra glue. So when you put this down, you'll look and you'll place it, you know, you have those extra seconds to move it around, and you'll place it on the very inside of the dots that go around here, right? So you're just gonna kind of squiggle it until you get it just where you want it, and then glue it down. And while that is drying and adhering together, we're going to put our tulips together. Isn't that beautiful? It's just beautiful on its own. You could do something completely different with this, you know, do this and put something else on there if you wanted, because I just love this. And of course it's pink, so I love it even more. All right. You know me, I love pink. So let's pull back our tulips, okay? And let's start gluing them together. And you only need just a little dot here and there of glue. So for this one, we're going to put a little bit of dot of glue right there on the back. And then we're going to slide it in here. And we're going to make sure that it's at the bottom and that we can close this. Okay, and I'm not going to worry so much about that because when I glue it down, I'll make sure that that is folded properly. Now, you do want to, before it dries, kind of rearrange it. And I tell you what, it seems like whenever you want the glue to let you have that a couple extra seconds, it just attaches right away. But that's okay, you can just pull that off. And put this in there how you want it. Okay, I want this side to poke up a little bit, so I want this to be up a little more. Okay, and then I can move that over. There we go. That's exactly how I want it. Good. Okay, now we take one of these and we put a little bit of, so let's decide, do we want the yellow in the back? Do we want to, because it slides right inside. Do we want a little bit of yellow in it? Ooh, I think I might want a little yellow in there. I like that. And look, it grabbed hold of the glue that I had on the back of that other one. So that's perfect. All right. Now we're going to put a little bit of glue on this side so that it stays together, right? Put a little bit of glue there and maybe just a little bit of glue here so that we make sure that the fold stays where it's supposed to be. Because see, it's not cooperating. There we go. All right, so you can slide that around just like you like it. All right, so there's that one. I want this to slide over just a little bit more. Now, the great thing about these is that you can play with them. You can move them how and put them on there how you want them. There, that's how I want that. Beautiful. Okay, so I like the pink or the yellow on that. It gives it a little bit more dimension. Okay, and then I'm going to take one of these pink outside pieces. Maybe this one. I kind of wanted a dark one. Oh, here's one. I cut out some extras. And I'm going to glue that to the front. Do you see how it gives it? Let me come up here and show you. Okay. So I'm going to slide that behind, all the way behind. I may have to pick that up just a little bit so it goes all the way down in there. There we, oops. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. And then we're going to glue this down. Okay. Glue it down. And there's that one. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. Am I not? I think I might not be focused good. Is that better? My eyes are so old. Okay, so there's that one. And then the last one that we have is the little bud. And so all we have to do for this one is put a little bit of, let's see, which side do I want up? I wish I had another yellow side. Let me look. Any of these sides yellow? I don't think so. Nope. So we'll just do pink, because the yellow's on the bottom, which is not where it's supposed to be. So we'll use this one. I like this one. So we're going to put a little bit of glue just on the bottom. And you can tell, like I said, the bottom because the top is curvy. And you're just going to put that down in there. Okay. So that it pokes up just a little bit. All right. And then when you glue this down, remember you're going to make sure that you have it folded correctly so that the bottom of it isn't showing. Okay. That's kind of important because the first one that I did, I didn't pay attention to that. And I had this big ring around the bottom. I did not like that. So let's make sure that that's where that's supposed to be. All right, so do you see how you have this right there? That means that my inside piece is not quite where it should be. So let's take it off and rearrange it. Okay, oops. And we're going to glitter this when we're all done. All right, there we go. I like how it has just a tiny bit down there at the bottom. All right. All right. So now, let's get that off of there. I don't like that. We'll get that. Let me get this, my little handy tool. Where is it? It's not handy if you don't know where it is. Let's find it. Well, it's not so handy. I don't know what I did with it. Alright, that's okay. So we're going to just get that off, and when we glitter it, we won't even see that. Because I think the glitter on here is gorgeous. You know me, I love glitter. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put our stems on. And I love these little stems. There's two dies for the stems. Let me show you. There's the thin one, which is the one I used, and then there's a thicker one right here. Okay, I liked the thin one, and they're longer too, so I like that as well. So you bring your card back in and kind of think about where you want, how you want to arrange these. Okay, so I want this one to kind of go up. And I want this one to be, these to kind of be off to the side. Okay, so you're going to put glue on these. And the great thing about these stems is if you want it to go this way, you can totally do that. Or if you want it to go this way, you can just turn it around. I love it. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of glue on this stem. And we're going to glue our flower to it. And that'll just take just a second to dry. And then this one, I want to go this way. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. And I'm going to stick that to it. And we'll give that just a minute to dry. Okay. I think I need a baby wipe. My fingers are sticky. Okay. And then this last one, I want it to turn this way. So we'll put some glue on there, and we'll turn it this way. And we'll give that just a second to dry and stick. Oh, come on. This one doesn't want to cooperate with me. Get on there. There we go. Okay, so now we can put this together. Now the stems are gonna be long, and you'll just trim those when you're done. So now I'm going to put some extra glue on the back, and we're going to put these on here. And I think I want this to go up a little higher. On this one, I didn't have it quite as high, but I think I would like it to be just a tiny bit higher than what I had before. So there's that one. And then we'll put some glue. Let's see, which one do I have here? That's this one. So we'll put some glue on the back of this one, and we'll place it. And you want the stems to kind of cross and come together at some point. See, because that's how you're going to know what to do with the bottom of your card. So you put your flowers where you want them, but make sure that your stems come together at some point. Okay, so then we'll have this last one. I need to turn that around. I want that to go the other way. Okay, and I think we'll put that one up just a tiny bit higher and put it right there. Love it. Okay, we're getting there. All right, so now we have that done. So what we do next is we put our leaves on there. And all you do to put the leaves on is you just put the little glue on there and stick it on there. Okay, so right there for that leaf. And it doesn't really matter because what it looks like right here, because you're going to cover it with the sentiment. But there. Okay. Maybe I'll put that leaf up just a little bit. I think when I did the other one, I had the leaf going out. I think I like the leaf going. No, we'll see. Okay, I have the leaf going opposite direction. You can tell me which way you like better. If you like it going out or if you like it coming in. I think I might like it going out a little better, but we'll try this. Okay. So then once you do that, you snip off. You just hold it right here, and you just snip off. And I like to snip it kind of at an angle. Snip off those tails. Okay, and it's okay for them to come down a little bit. That, I think, looks good to do that. So then the next thing is to put our sentiment. And this time I stamped it in the shaded spruce. By the way, this is shaded spruce. Okay, and so I think it just depends on, who you're giving it to as to what color you use. So what I did for this is I put a dimensional on this side. Okay, I put a dimensional on this side, but I put a glue dot on the other side because it's pretty high. It's pretty already lifted right there. So I just stuck a glue dot on that side. If I can get the glue dot off of there. There we go. So then you just stick a glue dot on that side. Already peeled that off. Okay. And then you just figure out where you want it and put it on there. Isn't that pretty? So then we're going to glitter. So I'm going to get my 2-way glue pen and my glitter. And I just went along the edges like this of the flower and the tops of all the flowers. And this one's got a lot of glue on it already. So if you want to kind of hide if you have any imperfections, then, do that. Put some glitter on there. Glitter helps hide things that you don't like. It helps make things you like look better. I love glitter. So, and then a little bit of glitter on the stems. I didn't glitter all of it. I'm just kind of giving it a couple of little wipes. And then I went along the edge of that, and I'm going to go along this edge here. Okay. All right, let's glitter it and see what it looks like. And then we're going to do one more thing after we glitter it. We're going to do it to both cards because I didn't do it to the other card, but I think I want to. So So you put your glitter on there, sprinkle it on, nice and generous, and then tap it off. Tap it off. And if you end up with glitter in here and you don't like it, you can blow it off. You can use your finger to take it off. I love that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Can you see it? Can you see the glitter? Oh, I love it. Love, love, love. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do, and we're going to do it to both of them. There we go. Take a little bit of that off of there. Just a tiny bit too much. I think there's something weird on here. Let's take that off. I don't know what that is. There we go. Like a string or something. I don't know. Okay. So I think some rhinestones would be just perfect. It would be the perfect finishing touch. I am using the Rhinestone Basic Jewels for this. And I just think, oh, that one went flying. I just think that it should have a couple of little rhinestones on there. That one has something on it. I don't like that one. Let's get another one. That one had something on it. So I want to put one right there. And I want to put one right up here. Let's see, there, I think right there maybe. And maybe one more. I like to put things in threes. Oh no, not right there. Maybe right there, okay? Ooh, I love that. All right, let's do it on the other one. Now, what I'd like for you to tell me is which do you like, the pink? I don't think this is in focus. I'm having a little difficulty with focus today. I don't know if it's my eyes or... That looks good. All right, so I want you to tell me if you like the shaded spruce ink or the pink, that's polished pink ink. And then also, the other thing... is I wanted to show you, oh, that's so pretty. You don't have to do a happy anniversary. This little set right here, Celebrating You, has so many great sentiments. This could be a great happy Easter card. Lots of love just for you. It could be a great happy Mother's Day card. So many beautiful sentiments in this set. Happy birthday. This Celebrating You stamp set, it's got you covered. So, you know, if you don't need an anniversary card, use one of the other sentiments. So there we have it. Oh my gosh. Don't forget to put your white piece on the inside. I always do that later, but you put a white piece on the inside cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's where you write your message. But there we go. What do you guys think? Oh, I just love it. And they're really not hard to do. It's a little sticky to do, but they're not difficult. They really aren't. It's a little intimidating because there's so many pieces, but it's really not hard to do. It's really not. This one I think looks a little more 3D. I didn't put that inside piece in this one, and I did in this one. And I don't know which one I like better. You tell me. I think I might like this one better. Yeah, this one looks a little full to me. So, yeah, well, I hope that you have enjoyed this card. I'm going to brush some of this glitter off. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you'll be brave and dive in and make a beautiful tulip card. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. If you would like to see all the current products, you can go to www.beststamping.stampinup.net and you can get a good look there. All the things that you need will be listed in the description below with links. So thank you for coming and sharing this crafting time with me. And I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day. Come back and see me. Until next time.